the consequences of not doing PAT testing, somebody could get an electric shock, somebody can die. You've got damaged equipment and it's left plugged in, it overheats and you get a fire. The employer could also face prosecution. Why should somebody buy the Megger over another product? First and foremost, you have a good, reliable product. It will take the bashes, it will take the bangs. You have a team going around who will help you and talk you through how to use the tester. The software platform, it's all there for you. There are other manufacturers out there, they do have PAT testers, but if you want that strong reliability, Megger is always the way to go.
Did you know that between 2023 and 2024, there were over 7,000 workplace fires? Did you also know that 19% of these fires were caused by misused or faulty electrical equipment? On top of that, are you aware that PAT testing offers a simple solution to help protect against fires? Does PAT testing matter? No law mandates PAT testing. You don't even have to be a qualified electrician to do it. Yet, risk consultants place PAT testing among their top 10 measures workplaces should take to prevent fires. To explain why that is and how the Megger PAT150 and PAT250 PAT testers can help you meet legal requirements to ensure electrical appliances are safe, is Megger's LVI team manager, Lee Baker. Right, welcome, Lee.
Thank you.
So to start with, could you tell us what PAT testing is and why it's important?
Portable appliance testing, sometimes known as electrical equipment testing, it is a fundamental check for businesses to ensure that the equipment that they're using, their staff are using, and the public come in contact with, to ensure that nobody can get an electric shock, to ensure that there's a risk of not having fires caused by faulty equipment. And those are the main fundamental things that you're looking for when you're doing portable appliance testing.
So it's to ensure that equipment is safe.
Absolutely. But not just the equipment. What you're doing as well as that is ensuring that the people around who are using it or come in contact with it are also safe.
And whilst PAT testing isn't mandated by the law, the electrical regulations, is it 1989?
Yes, indeed, yes.
State that employers are responsible for ensuring electrical equipment is safe. Yes. So doing PAT testing is like an easy way to fulfill that, isn't it?
Absolutely. So it's the employer's responsibility to ensure that all the equipment is safe. On top of that, you need to be competent in order to carry out PAT testing. So you said in the intro, you don't need to be electrical qualified, but you do need to prove to be competent. Yeah. Part of the testing now will also include some form of safe isolation. So again, a competent person must be able to do that and carry that out safely. It's worth pointing out, Jess, as well, it's very important for people to carry out training courses, employees and contractors, to understand the basics of portable appliance testing. Now, I know you guys here actually run PAT testing courses as well.
We do. And if you are looking for PAT training, please check out our website. So today we're talking about Megger's PAT testers and how they can help you ensure that electrical appliances are safe. So which Megger PAT testers are we talking about today?
Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on our new PAT250. There's two in the range, is the SX and the SRX. The main differences are rechargeable batteries. But again, it's well worth knowing there is a range of PAT testers. So we do the PAT120, the PAT150 with rechargeable batteries, and we also do the PAT400 range, which will give us basic testing and also flash testing on the PAT450 as well. But today, we're going to focus on the PAT250 series.
Great, thank you. And as we mentioned, or as I mentioned, you don't have to be an electrician to PAT test, but you might be. So who are these PAT testers designed for? Are they designed for electricians? Are they designed for your average person?
As I said before, you need to be competent in order to carry out PAT testing. So ideally, being an electrician does help, but you don't have to be. But the idea beyond the PAT testers is very simple to use, very easy. And with our new CertSuite software platform, it actually runs the PAT tester itself. So it makes things so much more easy. You actually run it from either your mobile device or your tablet.
Great, so it's for anybody and everybody.
Absolutely, yeah. All the way from your contractors who come to visit site, or even your maintenance engineers who are already on site and want to carry out periodic inspection and testing of the appliances. Now, it used to be done annually, but if you look at the in-service inspection of electrical test equipment, which is sort of like the code of practice for it, it'll give you a breakdown of when and how often certain equipment needs to be tested. So equipment used by the public, you and I, would get a much more in-depth testing frequency than something that sits in the corner and it gets used 2 or 3 times a year. In essence, what I'm saying is that small businesses, small offices, charity shops, any kind of business that uses electrical equipment needs to have a PAT test done at some point.
And the PAT250 is suitable for that?
The PAT250 is ideal for that, yes, absolutely.
So could you tell us a bit about the PAT250 and specifically what separates it from the PAT100 series?
As I said before, the PAT250, we now have a new certificate platform, so it's our CertSuite. The PAT250 comes with the CertSuite software.
Yeah.
Now, you don't need it to run the PAT250. It will run pretty much on its own. However, if you use the platform, the software platform, it will actually run the PAT tester. You put the information into the software, press the test button, and as long as you've got the appliance plugged in, it'll go and it'll do the test for you. And that's what makes it a little bit different. So if you have your mobile phone, you can actually run it from your mobile phone and it will create the certificates as you're going along each time. Or you can use a tablet, whether that's iPhone, Android, it doesn't matter. It'll work on that, even PC.
Considering that, in which situations would you advise choosing a PAT250 with the CertSuite over a PAT100 series tester and vice versa?
Okay, so if you was using the PAT120, that is really doing quick checks, small charity shop that's perhaps got 3, 4, 5 items, a kettle in the corner where they make the tea of an afternoon and things like that. That would be ideal for that. This gives you just a little bit more scope, but it does all the testing. And although it's rechargeable, you can actually do mains run tests as well. So what I mean by that is if you are testing a kettle, you can plug the PAT tester into the mains. So when you plug the kettle in, you will actually do a full run test, i.e. it will switch the kettle on and boil water.
Oh, okay. Convenient. You can have a cup of tea at the same time.
Absolutely. And like I said, with the software, while you're doing the testing, it's automatically creating all your records all the way through. What the tester also has built in is preset testing frequencies. So you've got a class 1, a class 2 extension lead, and you can break those down and edit those specific for certain pieces of equipment. Again, we go back to the kettle. You can have a specific test put into the software for kettle. So if you're in an environment where you have 20 kettles, you just put kettle, job done, and it'll do the test. Absolutely.
Easy, convenient and quick. So you've mentioned the CertSuite software. Could you tell us a little bit more about that? Like what applications is it for? What capabilities does it have? What are the advantages?
Okay, so the CertSuite software is a brand new platform that we have at Megger. It was for the 18th edition, so ideally being used with the X1. Again, by and large products, you don't need it, but it just enhances the product so much more when you use it with the software.
So when we talk about the X1, we mean the multifunction?
The multifunction test, yeah, apologies, yeah. So when you use it with the software, it enhances the use of the product. And it's the same with that. So the CertSuite PAT testing side of things gives you everything you need to do with PAT testing, including at the end of it, creating a full certificate. You can put your company logo onto it. If you are affiliated with some kind of reg scheme, you can put their details on as well, all within the certificate.
The CertSuite is updated, isn't it, when new regulations come out?
Absolutely, yeah. So whenever anything changes, maybe something will change requirements on the certificates, the software is updated, the certificates can be changed and altered. And because it's a new platform, it's just growing. So we have the 18th edition, we have the asset testing for your high voltage side of things, and now we have the PAT testing. As I said, the PAT250 comes with the software. So you get that with a 12-month subscription.
Yeah.
Now, if you already have the 18th edition, you won't have the PAT testing side on it.
Okay.
It's really simple just to get your PAT testing added to your 18th edition package already. The easiest way is just contact the CertSuite team and they'll activate the license for you for the PAT testing side.
So is that whether you have the 18th edition or not? Like, how would you activate the subscription otherwise?
If you don't have the 18th edition, just load it up onto your device and activate the license. If you've already got 18th edition, then you just need to activate that license for the PAT testing. The easiest way, contact CertSuite and they'll do it for you over the phone. It's quick and simple.
That's a 12-month subscription to one user or multiple users?
One user.
One user, okay. If you want to read more about the Megger PAT250, click the link in the description where you'll also find an option to purchase, but don't go too far because up next we're going to explain why everyone, regardless of electrical experience, can rely on this Megger PAT to make testing easy. Plus, we'll be revealing what makes the Megger PAT250 worth the money. One of the things customers always want to know when they're investing in a PAT tester is it compliant with the latest regs? Well, the 5th edition of the IET Code of Practice for inspection and testing of electrical equipment details the latest PAT regs.
Absolutely.
So is the PAT250 5th edition compliant?
Completely. Yeah. And any piece of test equipment that Megger releases is compliant to all current regulations for whatever the testing is. And the PAT250 is exactly the same. It complies to all the UK European regulations.
So we've said that you don't have to be an electrician to PAT test, and that's true. However, it means that the PAT250 could be used by people with less electrical experience and they're not so familiar with the testing procedures or how to interpret results. Yeah. So in light of that, how has Megger designed their PAT250 to ensure that users of all electrical experiences can PAT test confidently and easily?
Okay, so the PAT250, we've tried to make it intuitive as possible.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Clear buttons are telling you what you need to be pressing. So your class 1, your class 2 extension lead. It's small, it's reliable, it's easy to use, it's easy to understand. So you don't have to have a vast knowledge of electrical testing. Yeah. Even to the point when it gives you the results, it will give you a pass or a fail or a tick or a cross. So you'll know whether the equipment you're testing has actually failed or not. But again, I can't stress the importance of being competent in what they're doing. So they may not have electrical knowledge, but if they can do some sort of basic electrical course or a maintenance course, which again, I believe you guys can offer that sort of thing, that is an ideal stepping stone for them to go on and be able to do the PAT testing as well.
We do offer that sort of thing. And if you're interested in taking a safe isolation course or a PAT testing course, please do check out our website. Now, it's the responsibility of all employers, regardless of sector, to ensure that electrical equipment is safe. And that could mean that the PAT250 gets used in some physically demanding environments. Yes. So how has Megger designed the PAT250 to ensure it can meet the challenges of rugged work sites?
Well, all test equipment have to go through a special regime of testing to ensure that they will withstand certain environments. Yeah. So there's drop tests and things like that. If I just take this, you can see basically we've got on the PAT tester, we've got a nice rubber seal around the side, so that protects you against bangs. I might be coming across a bit loud on the camera. The glass itself is toughened glass, scratch resistance as well, so that makes it a little bit better. We've got a nice cover on the front. So one of the things that we find is the size of this is ideal. It can fit into a tool bag or a tool box. With that cover on there, so often people just throw a spanner in or a pair of pliers or a screwdriver, and you can see I'm hitting that there, and it's protecting the screen all the way through. So, we've tried to do everything that we can to make it rugged enough for all environments. Ideally, this is not going to be used in a big factory where there's lots of oil and lots of swarf and bits of metal flying around everywhere. You're going to use something a little bit bigger that is going to be needed for that environment. However, this, perfect for your general day-to-day, small office, small businesses, general contractor going around doing PAT testing on the back of his general 18th edition testing.
We've talked a lot about the PAT250's usability, versatility and durability, but a lot of PAT testing manufacturers would probably say the same about their models. So what separates the PAT250 from other testers? What makes it worth the money?
So we've already mentioned a couple of things. The main one being the CertSuite platform. It is a phenomenal piece of software, and that allows you to run the tester hands-free, pretty much hands-free. The tester itself is very rugged, very reliable. It will allow you to do all the testing that you require to do for most applications. Even with the use of a 110 volt adapter, you can do the basic functions of a PAT test on 110 volt. So you're not going to be able to do a run test because you're not going to be able to power it up, but you can do a bond and an installation test on 110 volt. So that should cover you on all eventualities for PAT testing. Now, as you've already said, a lot of manufacturers will all say that. We have a reputation of having rugged, reliable testers that are strong, and we've been going for well over 100 years now, and we have a reputation that we believe is second to none on how we look after our customers and how we manufacture and send testers out onto the market.
So when you buy a Megger, you're buying dependability. Absolutely.
And the other good thing about it as well, to toot our own trumpet, there's 6 of us out there that are going around seeing your customers, going through these testers with them. And even once they've bought them, we're there to help them, to train them on how to use it. And even if that person leaves in 12 months' time and they have somebody else come in, we're willing to go back and train them again. So there's a lot of reliability from the Megger side of it. And then, of course, we have people like yourself, excellent and dealing with customer issues and customer problems. So you're like an arm of Megger and we're an arm of PAT as well. So all that together is a perfect combination.
So you're getting the support as well as the tester.
Absolutely, yes.
Great. And is there anything else you think we should know about the PAT250?
So as we mentioned earlier, there's 2 versions of the PAT250. There's the SX and the SRX. The difference between the 2 of them is one's rechargeable batteries, one's no rechargeable batteries. But it's like I mentioned earlier, the software runs a PAT tester, but you don't need the software to use it. Yeah. You can actually use the PAT tester without the software. It just becomes almost like the PAT150. It'll do all the functions that you want it to do. It's just you don't have the software to run it. So you have 2 options. It comes with a 12-month subscription. After 12 months, if you don't want to carry on using the software, you can actually still use the tester and then do manual certificates at the end of it as well.
I just want to talk a little bit about the difference between the batteries. Why aren't they all just rechargeable? Why do you have the 2 options?
It really comes down to the choice of the contractor. If you're using rechargeable batteries and the batteries run out and you don't want to use them, put in normal IAs and away you go. You can carry on. But it comes down to market choice. More and more people want the reliability of rechargeable batteries. So literally they come home at night, plug it in, put it on charge, and then the next day they go out and they're ready to test without having to worry about getting to site and thinking, I've got no batteries. It's fully charged.
Great. And if you were to sum up the PAT250 in 3 words, what would they be?
Small, reliable, and great.
I hope you found that helpful too, and you're clear on why PAT testing matters and how Megger's PAT250 PAT tester can help you keep yourself, your staff, and your business safe. If you want to know more about the PAT250, remember you can click the link in the description where you'll also find an option to purchase. In the meantime, why not check out our other videos with Megger, including interviews and how-tos on Megger's new MFT X1 multifunction tester. And do subscribe, as that way all future videos will come straight to you so you'll never miss an important development. Okay, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.